Hi, I'm Gareth and I'm one of the Growth Hub advisors for the Chamber of Commerce. A little bit about me. At the age of 21, I started out my career as more kind of entrepreneurial, to be honest. I set up 3 retail stores in the fashion sector and also an e-commerce presence. Ran that business for 13 years and then wound it down after that point. After that stage, I went into various roles, heading up sales and marketing departments within the tourism industry, working for some of the kind of well-known names like Pure Leisure Group, South Lakeland Parks, and Lake Lovers. And then from there, I spent 5 years up in Carlisle as the Director of International E-commerce and Buying for CHO Fashion and Lifestyle. Where during that time with that business, I kind of took the online presence and grew it by 600%. And then since then, left that role last year. That was back in March 2020, which seems like a lifetime ago now. And I set up a digital consultancy and a digital marketing agency. So that's ddtlonline.co.uk. which is a digital agency that basically offers a full suite of marketing services from SEO, paid media, email marketing, affiliate marketing, anything to do digital basically you can think of, we basically cover. In addition to that, I also actually have a couple of other businesses as well. So I have the Lake District Hub, which is a tourism-based website that was set up originally to help tourism businesses during the COVID pandemic. When I set that up, I obviously didn't anticipate the pandemic to be lasting till this point. I thought it would be about a 3-month sort of period. And I also have a couple of retail brands as well. So I have a CBD company called Pure Hemp, and I also operate, or we're just about to launch, actually, because the trademarks have been approved. We're about to launch a brand called Sleepy in the next couple of months. In terms of what I help the Chamber with, or where my sort of areas of expertise are, it really does sort of lie in e-commerce and digital marketing. My background's obviously been extensively within that, but I also do, having headed up the buying department as well previously, and also doing all the buying for my own business when I started that out at 21. I'm also give quite good advice on sort of product buying, merchandising, and to be honest, just general business elements across the board, really. Part of the reason why I became a business advisor for the Chamber was I'm quite passionate about the Cumbria area. I'm from here originally, and I wanted to kind of pass on some of that expertise and knowledge that I had to the various businesses across the Cumbria region. I actually started the role. I'm probably one of the newer advisors to the role, so I started that back in October, so I've been doing it for about 8 months now. And I guess one of the things I really enjoy about it is just, well, one, the variety of businesses in Cumbria and the different kind of sectors that there are that, often people don't realise just kind of the wealth and depth of different businesses Cumbria has. But also, trying to help some of the clients and watching some of that sort of progress through once you advise, particularly in the digital marketing sector. I mean, one of the successes we've had with one client in particular that I've been working with was he wanted a bit more of a national presence, and it was a sort of B2B/B2C business, so he crossed over both elements of that, and he wanted to improve his digital footprint across the UK, because a lot of what he'd been doing was very localized previously, and as a result of a direct result of some of that assistance that's been given, advice that's been given, he's seen his turnover increase significantly as a result of that, even during a period where obviously a lot of kind of the B2B sector has been struggling a bit more than the B2C sector. One of the areas that really helped him with was his SEO focus on his site, and how to improve that to sort of capture and target more of a national audience in general, and other areas in the UK that obviously where search volume was that he just wasn't sort of tapping into. I think one of the things about becoming an advisor, and one of the things that you learn about becoming an advisor is, one, obviously the depth and range of businesses there are within the Cumbria region. But for me personally, because obviously my passion is sort of digital e-commerce buying, merchandising, one of the areas that sort of stood out for me is probably just how far behind Cumbria still is in terms of their digital footprint. And one of the things I would definitely encourage all businesses to do is to access any help that they can get with regards to that, to really start taking some market share from other regions that are doing a much better job of that at the moment. Digital it's been kind of thrown into the limelight really with obviously what's happened with COVID. And I think there's still some businesses that are a bit reluctant to adapt and change their model moving forward. And it's, digital isn't something to be scared of. I think a lot of the time it can be overcomplicated by agencies and other people, but actually, when you drill down to sort of the basics of it, it's actually quite a simplified model, and it's easy for everybody to access, and it's part of what obviously the Chamber can do with some of the support that they offer. And I think one of the things with the type of businesses that I've supported through this, it's been such a range. It's been B2B businesses, B2C businesses. It's been right from startups up through to really established companies. And I think sometimes with businesses, there's always areas of knowledge gaps, and sometimes it's a lot cheaper to access some of that assistance through the Chamber than employing consultants, as an example, where you've got a wealth of and range of depth of advisors in the Chamber that can assist with some of that advice and consultancy. And I think some of the things that have kind of helped with that as well, it's not just digital and e-commerce. It has been helping startup businesses with their business planning, helping with financial forecasting, cash flow forecasting, how to kind of work a balance sheet properly, right through to the helping people put together a kind of digital marketing plan that spans more than a 3-month period, as an example. But just kind of helping with business planning in general, I think, is one of the keys to businesses succeeding. And I think one of the questions that you always kind of get asked, and it's a really interesting one, is tell me some interesting facts about yourself. And so it's always really hard to answer that without it's one of those questions that you sit and kind of struggle with sometimes. So I guess from my perspective, I was nominated as a finalist at the Digital Entrepreneur Awards back in 2018 as the best digital entrepreneur across the UK. I've been lucky enough to travel to over 40 countries across the world, and obviously this last year has been really difficult from that perspective, because I haven't really gone anywhere other than the UK, and mainly where I live. And also, I like to kind of give back a little bit as well. So I'm currently in talks with a local school to become a governor. And I also do some work with a local Kendal school as well, working alongside the Cumbria LEP as one of their advisors, helping with kind of careers in education.